So if you couldn't tell already, I'm back in China. We just finished lunch, so I'm here with my brother. So he came back to China with me. He'll be here until I think the 27th. Today is the 20th? 20th. Yeah, today's the 20th. I think school starts the 28th. But anyway, today we are, like I said, we just finished lunch. Today we're just gonna walk around Huaxi Gongyuan, so we're at the park right now.
Want to grow? The calcium in milk helps bones grow.
Okie dokie.
I'm teaching my brother, I got a little schmutz. I'm teaching my brother how to make dumplings. So if you saw a vlog from like last semester, who was texting me? I had made dumplings with my class, so I'm showing my brother how to do it. So what do we got here?
Making perfection. I forgot to fold this side in.
This is my half so far.
Which are ugly.
I mean, they're all right, but, and then there's Jake's half. So they're doing okay. So we're sitting here, what are we watching? Good Mythical Morning?
Good morning.
All right, so you keep working on that. I'm gonna switch the laundry over. I wanted to tell you guys, so I hadn't picked up my plants and stuff yet. My friend was like watching them. And okay, so I got my plants back last night and I'm like sick over it. I gave my friend, there's still schmutz on the camera. I gave my friend my cat and like 20 plants to watch. I mean, my cat survived, which is great, but more than half my plants were dead. And I'm like, I'm really upset about it, to be honest. Cause like, you know, I take care of my stuff and like I'm like real bummed. So more than half my plants came back looking like this. And he's like, yeah, no, I think they're okay. Like, I think they'll survive. The only things that really survived were things that didn't need a whole lot of water. So like I have like a succulent here that survived. But some of my cactuses died. I'm like, how do you kill a cactus? How do you not water a cactus enough that it dies? Jake wants to show us.
I made this one special.
Wow, that's actually really good. Look at that one. That's bomb. Good job, good job. It's quite a bit bit later. It's like right around 10 o'clock probably. But yeah, Jake's just in the shower, so I wanted to take a minute to like talk to you guys. So as you guys saw, we made dumplings earlier. I wanted to talk a little bit about my OCD, and it's gonna sound like this is not related to the dumplings, but I promise it is. I'll get there in a second. So a lot of you guys have been asking me how I've been doing with my OCD, and I haven't really mentioned it too often, or really at all recently. It's definitely still there. I struggle every day. In one way or another. It's just I don't feel the need to talk about it all the time because like it's always there and I just don't want to give it more attention than it really needs. We made dumplings earlier and I had bought, ground pork from the grocery store. And I typically don't cook with pork if I'm cooking for myself. It makes me a little bit nervous. We made the dumplings and then I fried them and then I started to eat them and I got really scared that they were underdone, and I was like, oh my god, what if I get worms? What if we get those like brain worms that pork can give you? And I was like, what if my brother gets sick and it's my fault? And so I started in that same spiral that I'm like super familiar with, and I know when it's gonna happen, and I know like once I get there, there's like it's very hard to turn around from it. So it's been a couple of hours that I've been making everything into this huge catastrophe in my mind, like how everything's gonna happen and how like we're gonna die or he's gonna die, it's gonna be my fault and all this stuff. And I like went and I got reassurance from my parents. I was sending them pictures of the dumplings. We started eating them and I got scared, so I like took them away from my brother and I put them in the microwave for a couple minutes. And they were like sizzling. They were like brown and everything. I started researching online what's gonna happen if we get these worms, and I am doing all the things that I'm not supposed to be doing. Like all the habits that I've worked really hard to break. I just like, in times of stress, I just kind of fall back into it. It's really easy for me to fall back into it. You know, if it's not that I'm worried that I'm gonna harm someone like maliciously, it's that, hey, leave it alone. It's that I'm going to harm them through neglect, or I'm going to do something wrong and they're going to get hurt because of it or whatever. It's when I don't cook for myself, like I don't worry about these kinds of things. Like I don't worry that something's going to happen, but when it comes down to like my responsibility, I always kind of freak out about it that I'm going to be responsible for doing something wrong. Because I think it's like a valid point, like how do you discern like a real threat from an OCD threat? Eating undercooked meat is way more of a threat here than it is in the US, but are my fears valid? I think they are, but I'm also, because of my mental illness, not able to see clearly all the time.